one of the things I love about you is I feel like, I mean, you're so easy to talk to, and I feel you're always so honest. And some of the things I struggle with in life in general and with softball is just all these kind of like contradictory themes and ideas about what it means to be a female, what it means to be like a female athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, like, what do you do to kind of overcome those things? And here are some examples. We're supposed to be beautiful. We're supposed to be fit. Um, we're supposed to be strong, but not too strong. We're supposed to be smarter than everybody in the room, but not too smart.
Right.
We're supposed to have it all together mentally, emotionally. We need to be emotionally unattached, but passionately attached. We need to be selfless, but free to think and do what we want.
Right.
So I think about these things in my own life, and I just wonder how you kind of navigate through those things when you encounter them, because they pop up. They pop up and they challenge. They pop up and they challenge you.
Yeah.
In what you're thinking and doing. I'm just wondering, how do you navigate through that?
And I think it's in bigger picture and just broader perspective, I think it's just women. Like it's just women in general, and like all the bullshit. I mean, my favorite is the be strong but don't be a bitch. Like, you can so my theory, or just what I believe, is that there's not one way, look, feeling, way to act, way to talk, way to move, anything. Like there is no one way to define what a woman is. There, like, or is specifically a female athlete. There is not one way. And I think the beautiful thing about our sport of softball specifically is that so many different people are playing this game. So many different types of women. They look different. They act different. Their bodies are different. Their faces are different. There's not like a one way to look as a softball player, which I think is amazing. I've played with so many teammates that, I spoke about this a little bit on the body issue, and that was a big topic, is all of the people that, were coming at me after I did that shoot and saying, that you're not healthy. And I'm like, there's not, and that's another thing, health. There's not one way to be healthy. Like there's not one look to health. Like you can't tell me that health is just washboard abs and, lean. So I think about that, and just the responses that women get on the daily of how we should be. And what's interesting is they mainly come from men. Like it's just a thing. They mainly come from men who have somehow been the ones to be the deciders of what we should be like and act like and think like and move like. And I think if women can continue to stick together and not create specific moves in one direction and shame another. I think if you bring the shame into it, it's just not a thing. Like if you bring the other, this is the good side, that's not the good side, that's never going to get us on the same page. And the same page has to be that there is no page. There is no page that we all belong on. We are all different pages of this one big book called, women. And we don't all look the same. We don't all come from the same chapter. So.
Yeah. I mean, my own personal struggle sometimes is going inside of my own emotions, because I've grown up to, you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to show emotion. And I find now that that's just not helping me.
Yeah. Like it's not serving you at all.
Yeah. And it goes against what my body is telling me. My body. And that's like the next kind of phase, is being able to listen, and kind of to your point of deciding what way is good for me and what's bad. Kind of tuning things out, and like, what is my inner self telling me?
Yeah.
and
Yep.
and you have to quiet the noise to be able to listen properly. And that probably goes to your point of like being able to meditate and to focus on your breathing. And then everything
Yes.
starts to calm down, and then things become clear, and
Mm-hmm.
the path in front of you becomes easier to walk down.
Yeah.
It's a constant process, and we're always challenged.
And it's
And
never going to stop. It's never going to stop. Like this is, it's funny when people are talking about, I'm just out there trying to find the best version of myself. And to me, I've read this in a few books and it's like struck a chord with me. We're always chasing this unattainable thing. Like we're always trying to be this unattainable version of ourselves that I think shows up in moments. Like we are our best selves in moments. We're not going to reach this one like level where we are, oh my God, I'm the best version of myself. Finally, this is the rest of my life. It's never going to happen. Like we're
it's an
our
infinite
best
journey.
self. Yes. We're ourselves in moments. And it's, no, I completely relate to you because there's a strength that comes along with me that is perceived by the outside world based on like what I've been able to do. And just, there is a strong part, like confident part of me that I really truly believe is my best self. It's my best self. It shows up in best moments. It shows up when I need her, but then there's also this side of me that is so vulnerable and so like heavily emotional. And that's where the two get mixed up sometimes is when I go through something like a retirement or an injury or a breakup or, just a sudden change in life or a big moment. And I don't allow myself to fully feel what's happening because you're Lauren Chamberlain. You can't feel that. You're not allowed to go through this. You have things to do. You are the strong one.
You should be grateful. You have all these things, and
yeah, right. Like exactly. Like no, you're gonna.
You
be
don't
fine.
need to be
like,
sad.
yes, and it's like, wait a minute. Like, do I not get to feel sad? Like, is sad not an emotion allowed in my body? I'm a human. Like, we're all humans. That we have to let ourselves feel things and be raw. Like, it's such a fake world out there right now, and so I think to actually, like I said earlier, come face to face with yourself and just be like, dude, let me obliterate one time. Like, let me just, I'm going to lay on my couch and just fall apart one time. And it's just the most rewarding thing to feel things, to be able to let yourself feel.
Right on.